How to sit doorside in a huge tantrum moment with your child. Literally sit against the door. Get yourself and your child into a safe space like a bedroom, a bathroom, a big closet. You're gonna block the exit. Now we're doing this because we know that the child is so dysregulated, so tantrumy, that more words and trying to convince a child or apply a consequence is not going to fix whatever is happening. This is a big tantrum that your child just has to go through in order to get to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to keep myself and my child safe. You may need to remove objects if the child is throwing them. If the child comes at me, the first time they might get me because I wasn't paying attention. The second time, I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen again. And the way that I'm going to do that is by turning them. You can even do this with a big child. And I always remind parents, unless you have a teenager, and this is something that I would do with a small child, you're bigger than them. Okay, so use your body and the space to turn them away from you. Now, if they're kicking you, it is often easier to get in closer physical proximity. It's much harder to kick or hit someone when they're 4 inches away than it is when they're 4 feet away. So think about the space and where you are. Okay, your task here is to be quiet and hold the space. Okay, so this is not a time to talk, to teach a lesson, to explain, to rationalize. That stuff is all out the window right now. All we're looking for is a good state of regulation. So I'm going to stay here against the wall. If they come at me, I can turn them. I am going to notice if there are sort of like moments where my child's breathing slows, and I might say something like, oh, wow. Okay, I'm using like my affect, my breath, my voice, small sounds, guttural noises to make the child understand. I understand that you are having a really, really tough moment right now, and I can handle it. I am your parent and I can handle it. Okay, so don't go into the tunnel with them. Don't fly off the handle yourself. Sometimes you might have to think about which parent is in the best mental and emotional space to be the one who sits here. Sometimes I will quietly read a book. I'm not doing this to like read the story. I'm doing it for the melodic, soothing language. Okay, so I'm gonna read in a tone that is like, feels like a warm blanket. So it's like, because you're a frog, I like being a frog, it's too wet. And if the child comes in with me, I'm gonna welcome it. Huh? Read. And then I am going to read to the child. And then I might say, it looks like you're almost ready. You're ready to go out. So I can offer praise, a positive engagement. You can do your teaching later. This is not the time because your child is still very edgy. So when they come back into relationship, praise for coming in. I see your